Hello Chelsea fans, welcome back to Chelsea FC updates and remember to subscribe in order to get more news. Let's get started. Mykhailo Mudryk is back. Chelsea receive huge boost with returning stars. Cobham, Chelsea's renowned training base, buzzed with energy and renewed hope on a crisp September morning. For weeks, the mood around the club had been somewhat clouded by the lingering injuries that had robbed Enzo Maresca of some of his brightest talents. But today felt different. Today was about returns, about the light at the end of what had felt like an endless tunnel. The headline was clear. Mykhailo Mudryk is back. The Ukrainian winger, who had been sidelined for weeks with a muscle problem, finally rejoined first-team training. Yet he wasn't alone. Romeo Lavia, Levi Colwill and Liam Delap were also spotted taking part in full training sessions, raising spirits among staff, players and fans alike. The news spread quickly, igniting a wave of excitement across the Chelsea community. Mudryk's comeback. A new dawn. Mykhailo. Mudryk's journey at Chelsea has been far from straightforward. Signed amid much fanfare from Shakhtar Donetsk, he arrived with blistering pace, dazzling dribbling skills and the promise of goals. But a string of injuries and inconsistent form meant he never quite got the chance to build momentum. This latest setback had forced him to watch from the sidelines, helpless as his teammates fought through difficult matches without his explosive presence on the wing. Now, with his recovery complete, Mudryk looked sharper, hungrier, and more determined than ever. Witnesses at Cobham described him as the liveliest player on the pitch, darting past cones, testing his acceleration, and linking up well with teammates in small-sided drills. Every touch of the ball seemed to carry intent, whether it was a sharp pass to Nicholas Jackson, a 1-2 exchange with Cole Palmer, or a burst of speed that left young fullbacks chasing shadows. Head coach Enzo Maresca stood at the edge of the pitch, arms folded but with a rare smile forming. He knew the return of Mudryk could change Chelsea's attacking dynamic. With his ability to stretch defences and create chaos in the final third, the winger added another weapon to the Blues' growing arsenal. Players like Mykhailo give us balance, Maresca later told Chelsea's in-house media. We missed his energy, his willingness to break lines, his unpredictability. To have him back now is massive, Romeo Lavia, the midfield reinforcement. As much as Mudryk's return captured the headlines, Romeo Lavia's reappearance might be equally transformative. Since joining from Southampton, the Belgian midfielder had endured a frustrating year, plagued by injuries that prevented him from truly staking his claim in the starting 11. At Cobham, Lavia was seen alongside Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez in midfield drills, and it was easy to see the potential chemistry. Calm in possession, strong in the tackle, and clever with his distribution, Lavia brought qualities that Chelsea had sorely missed. Too often, Maresca's side had struggled to control games when their opponents pressed aggressively, but Lavia's composure promised a solution. The players themselves were thrilled. Caicedo, who had carried much of the defensive burden in midfield, welcomed the support. "Romeo is a fantastic player," he said after training. "We all know how good he is. To have him fit and back with us, it feels like we are stronger." Levi Colwill. Defensive stability returns. Perhaps the most crucial return, though, came at the back. Levi Colwill, Chelsea's homegrown defender, had been absent with a nagging injury that deprived Maresca of both defensive solidity and leadership. At just 22, Colwill had already become a cornerstone for the Blues' defence. His calm distribution, aerial presence, and ability to read the game set him apart from many of his peers. During a defensive drill at Cobham, Colwill was paired with Wesley Fofana, and the two looked like a natural fit. While Fofana dominated with his aggression and ball winning, Colwill orchestrated from behind, pointing, talking, and making sure the backline stayed compact. The staff applauded when he intercepted a dangerous pass during a practice game, immediately launching a counter-attack with a pinpoint diagonal ball toward Mudryk. Fans have long dreamed of a stable defensive core built around Colwill, Reece James and Benoit Badiashile, and his recovery made that dream one step closer to reality. Liam Delap, the surprise boost. While Mudryk, Lavia and Colwill grabbed most of the attention, Another name quietly marked his return: Delap. The young striker, signed as part of Chelsea's long-term project, had suffered a minor injury that kept him out of action. Though still seen as a player for the future, Delap's physicality and work ethic had already impressed Maresca. In training, Delap pushed himself with every sprint, eager to catch the manager's eye. His pressing during small games forced turnovers, and his powerful runs opened space for creative players like Palmer and Mudryk. Chelsea's staff appreciated his versatility. He could be deployed as a central striker, but also drift wide when needed. Liam is young, but he has something different, said assistant coach Danny Walker. He gives us intensity. When you see him press, when you see him attack the box, you feel his presence. That's important for a team like ours. The team atmosphere, a family reunited. The collective return of so many players created a noticeable shift in atmosphere at Cobham. Training, once subdued with several key figures missing, now felt alive. The laughter of Mudryk as he joked with Palmer, the calm authority of Colwill commanding the defence, the midfield exchanges between Lavia and Fernandez, all of it painted a picture of a squad regaining its balance. Chelsea captain Reece James, himself recovering from injury setbacks in the past, spoke about the importance of resilience. "We've all had tough moments with injuries," he said, "but days like this remind us why we keep pushing. To see Mykhailo, Romeo, Levi, Liam all back with us, it's a boost for everyone." Maresca too emphasised unity. He gathered the squad at the end of training, delivering a passionate speech about the season ahead. His words, though quiet, carried weight. "We have the quality," he said, "but more than that, we have the spirit. Each of you is important. Together, we are Chelsea." Looking ahead, a new chapter. With these returns, Chelsea's season suddenly looked brighter. Matches that once seemed daunting now felt winnable. The Premier League schedule would test them with a mix of tough away fixtures and crucial home games, but with a fuller squad, optimism was justified. The attacking trident of Mudryk, Palmer and Jackson promised goals. A midfield trio of Lavia, Caicedo and Fernandez offered balance and control. And with Colwill anchoring the defence, stability returned to a backline that had too often looked vulnerable. Even Delap's energy off the bench gave Maresca another tactical option. Supporters, always passionate and demanding, responded with excitement across social media. Videos of Mudryk's sharp runs and Lavia's composed passes during training clips went viral. Chants of "Chelsea's back" echoed through fan forums and podcasts. The narrative shifted quickly, from doubts and frustrations to belief and anticipation. The season was still young, and Chelsea had the chance to redefine themselves. Conclusion. Hope restored. The story of football is often one of setbacks and comebacks, of despair followed by redemption. For Chelsea, the return of Mykhailo Mudryk, Romeo Lavia, Levi Colwill and Liam Delap symbolised more than just players getting fit again. It was a reminder of resilience, patience and the unwavering determination to succeed. As the squad left the Cobham training pitch that day, the sense of a new beginning lingered in the air. Mudryk, with his trademark smile, walked alongside Lavia, while Colwill joked with Delap. It felt less like a group of players and more like a family reunited. And for Chelsea fans around the world, that was enough to dream again. Dream of victories, of trophies, of glory returning to Stamford Bridge. Because with their stars back on the pitch, the Blues once again looked ready to rise.